Okay, so tier lists. We all know what they are. You say how good something is. Well, that's what I'm gonna do with. The title is here: Phantom Forces Assault uh, Rifles, Rifles, and I'll be judging them by stats, obviously, but also how fun are they to use, and how not much fun are they to go against. You know, when tryhards pick up this weapon, they go 100 kills, 1 death type of deal, you know. So, you have the classic, and then you kinda get my point of what the guns are like. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it made the Phantom Forces go the dark alleyway that it shouldn't have gone. So, instead of going by rank, we're going by alphabet because that's how my images got saved, alphabetical. So, the first gun is the AK-12. You cannot see it well because tier list go fuck itself. So, AK-12. It's old gun, it's rank 0, it's beginner weapon, but it's A tier. Stat wise, it's very good, it's strong, it's not OP. In the hands of a good player, it can be an S tier, but in general, eh, there are better weapons for sure. But it's not bad. I recommend checking it out if you haven't used it in a while. With many of these guns, I do actually suggest that. But the next AK-103, it's rank 103, and that's kinda what I'm going to put in B tier. You can pre-buy all these weapons, but for the most part, if you're just going to grind, some of these higher ranking weapons are going to take time. And that's why it's a good weapon, don't get me wrong, but you get it after so much playing. But the AK-47, on the other hand, it's a classic. It's a good weapon, again. Most of these are good. They are worse, but for the most part, it's a good weapon. You cannot argue against that. There are fun things what you can do with ammo conversions, like turn it into a shotgun, which is kinda strong, not gonna lie. But fighting against a player that uses AK-47, it's like, okay, using it, it's fun. So it's like S tier because it's a classic. AK-74 is AK-47, just straight up better. Weirdly enough, I don't see enough people using it. And it's good. It's rank 74, so it's a little bit higher there, but it's not as high as rank 103 at least. AKM, same thing. A tier, in my opinion, a little bit better than AK-74. Not much to say. These are all just different flavors of AK. Like with the variants, it's kind of hard to say things because it's just it's a little bit more accurate, or it does a little bit more damage, and that's kind of the whole gist. So it's kind of hard to say things. But the next one is the AN-94, and okay. So back in the day, it was decent weapon. Full auto was very good. Now I think it did get buffed. I mean, kinda buffed. Stat wise, I'm not sure, but before you would start the game with burst. Then each time you started, you needed to change to auto, which was just better because burst currently in Phantom Forces suck in general, with few exceptions. So yeah, now that it's like standard full auto, it's much better. As well, kinda wanna put it in S tier. And back in the day, it might have been better. I've been playing this game for what, 6 years now? So quite a few years now. So I know how it was back in the day, roughly. But yeah, slap an extended magazine and it's not bad, honestly. It's a very good gun, very fun to use. Suppressors for the win. I don't care about the brakes. Give me those suppressors. Yeah, it's honestly a very good gun. It's fun gun, not gonna lie. Your round of bullets very fast though. so that's a downside. Aug A1. Okay, Aug A1 is heavily underrated, mostly because it's very early on that you can get it, and there is a modification that kinda makes it OP, not really. There are downsides. That is the Aug A1 Para, which is the 9mm conversion that I'm currently using on the Aug, and it's very fun. You get 5 less bullets in the magazine, but it's fun, not gonna lie. People don't expect it to be that good. I remember playing like 2 days ago. I've been using the Aug, and some guy is like, "Oh, I'm going to use that gun." It's still beat him because Aug A1 is just Para that is very good. It's very fun. And the same thing goes with Aug A2. It's kinda in the middle between A1 and A3. You get more familiar with A1 because it's very much earlier on, and A3 is just the best Aug right now. So yeah, but it's a little bit later on. So Aug A2 got kinda, how should I say this, gets left behind. But it's very good, not gonna lie. Aug A3, okay. I'm putting it in B tier mostly because I kinda have bad memories of it. Back in the day, it used to be broken as shit, as it was extremely strong. I remember unlocking it, equipping it, and using it, and I wiped the floor with the enemy team, and I wasn't even that good, honestly. So yeah, I have a little bit bad memories about the A3. Oh, honestly, the C7E2. Okay, it is kinda the HK. It suffers from HK416 syndrome, as in, here is a gun in the game, but it needs to be competitive. The HK416 currently is the best gun, the best assault rifle that is. We need to make it competitive against that, so we're just going to make it the HK416, but better, which kinda ruins it. Mostly that, and because all the tryhards use it, and it's C8A2. So yeah, it's going into HK416 tier because it's overpowered, it needs a nerf, same as MP7. MP7 got a nerf and it's still fucking ridiculously strong. Some of these guns need a nerf. FAMAS F1. I'm kinda split because I'm gonna kinda want to put it in B tier because the G2 conversion kinda sours it for me, because back in the day, again, I know a lot of that, but for the most part the G2 conversion is very strong if you know how to use it. And back in the day, again, the tryhards were using it a lot. But the F1, if I choose to ignore the G2 conversion, A tier, probably top. Like AK-12 underrated. FAMAS F1 is very underrated, the base one. So, try it out. Just like I did. Basically what I did is just used every single one of these weapons. And the ones I didn't have unlocked, if I could get my hands on them, I used them as well. So I kinda get the feel of them. But with the FAMAS, we're going to the G11K2. In the past, okay, how should I phrase this? I've started getting back into Phantom Forces about 5 months ago. 6. Yes, now it's 6 by the time I'm recording this. And I've seen it used only twice. Both times once. So in total, in the past 6 months, I've seen the G11K2 like twice in the span of total combined time being like 1 minute total time I've seen this gun. In short, nobody uses this because it's like rank 211-ish. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to check that. I'm a little bit too lazy, but it's like rank 200 plus. So nobody's using it because it's too high rank. The G11 is a cool gun, so I'm going to put it in C tier. Mostly because I have no idea what's it about, because I see nobody use it. But G36, A tier, but bottom because there is the 300 blackout conversion, which is just strong. Yeah, but it's good gun, underrated. There are many underrated guns, mostly because they're overshadowed by C, C7 and HK and that type of guns. The try-hard meta OP guns. But overall, G36, worthwhile using. It's not bad. But if you want a better gun, more fun, G36K is just that little bit more extra. HK416. I remember this gun being released, and it was literally the best gun. No point. It outperformed all assault, all shotguns, carbines, DMRs, PDWs, SMGs that used to be called back in the day, and snipers. It was just, why use any other gun when you can use this gun? And it still is to some extent. You can, if you put the right attachments, it's just ungodly strong. Pinpoint accurate, fast fire rate, a lot of damage. Oh my god, it's just, it needs a proper nerf, is what I'm saying. L85A2. I'm putting it in S tier. And here's my reason, okay? So, back in the day, this used to be a piece of shit gun that I would actually put in like F tier, because it used to be so bad. It used to do like 25 damage, if I'm not mistaken. It had a slow fire rate, it was inaccurate as shit, and the LMG version was just straight up better. It was just use the LMG instead of this one. But now, I've recently used it, and it's not bad. Heavily underrated. Now, I am not sure about the ammo conversions, how they apply to this gun, but for the most part, try it out. It's not that bad. It's fun to use. It's good. M16A3. And this is kinda in recent times. M16A3 just... How should I explain this? I remember back in the day unlocking this gun when I was like MR30 or 40 or whatever you need to be to unlock this gun. And it was good. But in recent times, people have figured out, hey, this gun is pinpoint accurate. It's fast fire rate, it hits hard. And with the C7 and HK416 in the same row, you kinda get the point. A gun got ruined because it kinda got the Odir effect from League of Legends. That champion just kinda got shadow buffed until people realized, holy shit, this guy is OP as fuck. The M16A3 kinda suffers from that, and that's kinda what's ruined it, that tryhards are mostly using it. You rarely see like normal people that aren't either smurfing or tryharding, playing the game for fun. Those people don't use it. The tryhards and smurfers use it because it's just that damn strong. So that's what kinda ruined it for me. Just to make it clear, I'm not saying these guns are bad. They're very good. It's just combination of tryhards and smurfers kinda ruined it. It's just, I don't want to use it because I don't want to be like, oh, you're a tryharding now. Oh, go F yourself type of deal. M16A4, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it A2? I can't remember. It's one of the other. It's F tier. Yeah, it's M16A4, F tier. Reason, it's burst. I'm going to say it like this. If you want to use a burst, this type of gun that's M16A4 is, use the M4. The basic M4. Not the M4A1 or whatever, the M4. It's just straight up better, in my opinion, from what I've used it. The M16A4 needs a buff. M231. If you use this big dick energy, it's inaccurate, it's fast firing, but yeah, that inaccuracy kinda like makes it bad for longer ranges. But for the most part, high rank, I don't even have it unlocked. I'm like rank 120 something. But yeah, rarely seen it used. But there is quote unquote an assault rifle. There is an SMG conversion that is basically M231 but just accurate. That will come when I do PDWs eventually, who knows. If you want to see that or maps, if you want the other gun types like PDWs, shotguns, DMR, sniper rifles, or maps to be also tier listed by me, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps a butt ton. But with that out of the way, Scar-L, very good gun. 9mm conversion makes it even better. Would I say it's OP? Mm, This tree exists, and it's like, it's on a fine edge. If it does get a new ammo type or a buff, even the tiniest bit is gonna go down here in the HK416 tier. But as now it stands, it might be even low key, like bottom S tier. Because yeah, it might be better than many of these guns, but it's not as fun, honestly. So it's like bottom S, but I would put it in top A. That being said, the STG-44, I've seen it once for one match in the past 6 months. Again, nobody uses it because it's too high rank. We need to lower ranking weapons more. But for the most part, I did pick it up and I did use it. It's very good. Would I say it's OP? It does a lot of damage, but it's like you're kinda using a slightly smaller battle rifle, so to say. But for the most part, yeah. TAR 21. It's very strong. I unlocked it recently. The CTAR version, the conversion for that, is just more damage somehow with a different barrel. It's less accurate over longer distances for the most part. Back in the day, this was also one of those weapons that the tryhards used. But these guns do just overshadow the TAR 21, in my opinion. And the TAR 21, honestly, I don't see it that much. It just might be me, who knows. Type 20. So, I've heard from people that this gun isn't that good. Again, compared to this HK416, C7, A2, or A1, M16, A3, it's not as good as those, but it's pretty goddamn good. I wouldn't say as a couple of these actually, but it's again bottom S, top A. But I'm going to put it in the low ranks of S tier because it's just fun to use, especially the integral suppressor. You should try it. Is it the strongest weapon? No. Is it fun? Yes. Slap the 60 round mag, turn it into a pseudo LMG and the integral suppressor, and it's fun to use, and it's decently strong. It's not OP, it's not very strong, it's just strong. Type 88. Apparently I need to rename the C tier into... I don't really see people using it, so I cannot give you my opinion. Because the Type 88, again, only once have I seen it in the past 6 months. High ranking gun, from what I know it's strong, but for the most part I have no idea. Because nobody uses it. I don't use it because too high ranking. But yeah, this is my tier list. A lot more S tiers than I expected, mostly because many of these guns are underrated and kind of fun to use. So let me know what you think. How would you do it differently? But for now, let's stick with this. Kinda want to do maps tier list next, because there is one map that I fucking despise. But anyway, that's it all folks. I ran out of assault rifles, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.